It's Monday. It's a good day to have a good day. Hello, everyone. My name's Cece Ray. Thank you for joining me. We are talking the Real Housewives of Potomac finale. That's right. And it was a doozy. But before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And with that, let's break the dish. We are talking the Real Housewives of Potomac finale. And when I said it was a doozy, I mean, it was a doozy. So let's get right into it, shall we? Now, the show opens up with Ashley taking her son to dinner. He's 3 years old and he is so adorable. And Ashley's telling him, remember that house that you like to play in the other day? That's going to be your house. And then she calls her mother, and that's when she drops the nugget. Well, I put the down payment down. Now it's just up to the title company. However, yep, Michael and I bought it together in our LLC. Now, that's not a divorce, girl. You are leaning on his connections and his finances, and it's going to come back to bite you in the butt in the end. I can almost guarantee that. But the real nugget she dropped was that her mortgage is going to be $13,000 a month. Let that sit with you for a minute. $13,000 a month. How much money do you make, Ashley? Just saying. A lot of money. Then it goes to Karen. She calls Mia, for a friendly little chat. And Mia decides to spill the tea on what happened at the bachelorette party. If you recall, Charisse was telling a story about Karen. She said that, you know, when she drinks a lot, it's pretty common for her to go MIA. So this one night when they were out, that's what happened. Karen went MIA, only to find out that Karen was getting it on with one of the help in the bathroom. So Mia is telling Karen this. And Karen says to Mia, "Did you defend me?" And Mia said, "Well, no, maybe I should have." So Karen's thinking, "Yeah, maybe you should have, because now I don't trust you. I'll be cordial with you, but I'm never telling you anything." And that's how you find out what Karen thinks about Mia now. She's little switched a little bit. So then we're to uh, Robin, good old Robin. And she's telling her parents that Juan and I decided to get married when we go to Jamaica for his brother in law's wedding. And you're not invited. Now imagine her mother's reaction. I would kill one of my girls. I have 5 girls. I would kill them if one of them said I was not invited to their wedding, especially in this situation because the mother and father, Robin's parents, they have supported not just Robin, they have supported Juan from the very beginning before they ever even got married. They are invested in this relationship. To tell them that they can't be there, ouch. But that just shows you that Robin is living in her own world. It's just Robin's world, and everybody's just living in it. Right, Robin? That's what you've shown us, for sure. Now we're seeing Mia and her husband. They have entered the doctor's office and they're waiting to be seen and they're sitting in the lobby. And Mia starts to tell her husband, that she sees life differently now. She has a different perspective. That happens when somebody calls you and tells you you're going to die soon. Now, what's interesting about this little scene is that her husband kind of mutters, not clear, but kind of mutters to her, "Well, you didn't really hear that. That's what you interpreted." Bam! And that's why, Mia, everybody thinks you're a liar because you constantly interpret your own stories, constantly, to fit you, and it doesn't work. Eventually, it comes out, and then you kind of shrug off and you're like, yeah, that's true. We've seen it time and time again. So then we see Giselle. I love the scene with her and her daughters. She has three daughters. They're all teenagers. The one is a little bit older than the other two. And she's explaining to them that she's going to have surgery. She has fibroids. And the one daughter says, "Is that cancerous?" And Giselle says, "Well, we have no reason to believe that, so we're going with that. However, they are going to have to take out my uterus." And her one daughter, turns around and says, "Then how are you going to pee?" I don't even think Giselle knew how to even come back from that, to be quite honest. And her other daughter, the one that's the oldest one, is looking at her sister like, "Did you just say that?" But I totally, totally can understand this conversation because I was pregnant with my two older ones. I was pregnant. And the conversations I had with these two were shocking. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't think that a baby was coming out of my nose, to be quite honest. It was just like that. So I can totally relate with that conversation with Giselle and her daughters. And I always love to see Giselle with her daughters. I mean, she is such a good mother. You can see that every time they film together, and it really shows you a different side of Giselle. So now we're at Candace's release party, and everybody's showing up, and they look beautiful. They really do. Everybody looks gorgeous. And first thing that happens, something happens at every event. Ashley, messy, messy Ashley. She goes up to Wendy and she starts telling Wendy that Mia's telling the story that you guys kissed. Wendy's like, "What?" So her and Wendy go over to confront Mia. Wendy says, That never happened. Girl, you told me you wanted to lick my box." Or, no, she said, "You want to eat my box." And Mia turns around and is like, "Yeah, this is why everybody thinks you're a liar. Because you are constantly misinterpreting the story. So, Mia, start getting your facts right. Maybe everybody won't think you're a liar then. Think about that. So, Candace has been introduced and she's on the microphone and she's thanking everybody. And there's this really, really sweet moment between her and her husband. And you really see the love between these two. I mean, they are yin and yang for sure, but yet they work. They really work, and I love it, and I am here for it. I think they're a great couple. Then it goes to an interview with Giselle, which is kind of telling about how Giselle is. In the interview, they said, "What'd you think of Candace's song?" She's like, "Oh, I don't remember it." Yeah, but I wish her and her music well. But wish the best. She wasn't paying attention, girl. She was literally on her phone, having a conversation with somebody, getting a drink. She was doing something and totally missed the whole video, totally missed everything. I can guarantee you that. Because she was there, she knew she had to be there, she had to film. She didn't really give a crap about the Candace's music. She didn't really give a crap about seeing the video. She knew how she had to be there by a certain time to film, and that's what she was doing. That's Giselle sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I love Giselle. I mean, that's my girl. I love her, but you know, she hasn't had some good moments this season and thereafter for sure. And this just shows that when Giselle goes over now to Karen, and Giselle says, "Did you hear anything?" And Karen starts telling Giselle that, "Yeah, I spoke to Mia, and I believe everything that Mia said." And Giselle says, "Well, did she tell you that she called you a prostitute?" Yikes. Karen's expression wasn't pretty. So Giselle brings Mia over, and, you know, she's like, "Why don't you tell her how you called her a prostitute?" And Mia's like, "No, no, no, I didn't call you a prostitute." And, give benefit where benefit's due. Mia did not call Karen a prostitute. She said, "Isn't that like a prostitute?" Just saying. And Giselle knew what she was doing. Even in her interview, she was like, I was being messy. Yeah, girl, you were definitely being messy for sure. You were a messy, messy Marvin, and you live for it. You live for being messy. And sometimes that's what I love about Giselle. So, so now the whole group of ladies are together trying to talk about what happened at the bachelorette party, and Karen wishes, swishes Ray off to the side. You don't need to hear this. And Robin makes this comment. That's right. Take him away. You wouldn't want him to hear all about your dirty little deeds. Really, Robin? That's what you have to say? Really? The person who didn't air their dirty laundry, they waited not only till filming ended, they waited till almost the season was over before they decided to air their dirty little laundry. Really, Robin? That's what you have to say? Start looking in the mirror, girl. Start looking in the mirror. So Charisse is there, and Karen wants nothing to do with Charisse, nothing at all. And before the conversation really can kick up, she grabs, you know, Ray, and she wants to leave. And Charisse is standing firm. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. And then Mia gets her hands on Karen and takes her to the side. Says, I really want to talk to you. She takes her to the side, and she says, you know this restaurant in PG County? Well, the owner's best friend says he was dating you, and you all went to Las Vegas and got it on in the bathroom. Karen's like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. So this is why Mia kind of thinks that Sharice is telling the truth because supposedly she heard this story. Now, we all know how Mia's stories go. She always interprets them differently. So, was it true? I don't know. But Karen wasn't having anything to do with it. So she grabbed Ray and out the door they went. Now, Giselle is sitting there thinking at the table, you know, I've been here all day, all night. I thought maybe I'd have a chance to talk to Chris. And I think Candace was like, this might not be the best time. But that didn't stop Messy Ashley. Messy Ashley goes and confronts Chris. And she's confronting him on the tweets that he said about her. And he's saying, listen, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that hurts you, but when you come at me, I'm going to come back at you. And she says, well, your behavior was in question. Well, he hits the roof. He's yelling and screaming and carrying on and walks right out of the restaurant. And that's how it ends. Well, you think that's how it ends. But then we see that they filmed Robin's wedding. They didn't get married in Jamaica. They got married in Edgemere, which is in Maryland. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And her parents were there. Some friends were there. She looked absolutely stunning. I think she looked stunning. We also find out that she didn't sign a prenup. Interesting, right? She didn't sign a prenup. And she's saying that, she could cheat too. So that's why she didn't want to sign the prenup. And I got that from Watch What Happens Live, which, if you see the other podcast I did about that. But she's saying that she didn't sign the prenup because, she could cheat in the future. And then where would that leave her? The odd thing is that that's what she's saying. I mean, usually when you get married, you are going in to say, I'm going to be with this person for the rest of my life. Not, I'm going to be with this person, but, you know, I might cheat in the future. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. And it ends with her and Juan walking up the dock, and she gives the camera the finger and slaps her butt, as if to say, kiss my ass. Screw all of you. We did it. But did you really do it? I mean, I believe they got married, but did you really get married to be with each other for the rest of your lives because you're so much in love? Or were there other issues circling around that you were like, the best thing for us to do is get married? What do you think? It's possible. I would love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to see your comments. Make sure you comment down below. And remember, if this week you are trying to figure out what should I make for dinner, make sure you go over to familypalette.com. That's familypalette, PALATE.com. Lots of easy recipes over there for you. There's hints for travel to, places to go. You will love it. But before you do that, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because here we break the dish.